Welcome to Moonfire Magic. I am going to just go ahead and randomly pull some cards and see if there's any message that wants to come through. I'm using the Ideal Soulmate Tarot. So any messages that want to come through. There's our first one. The moon. Oh, there's double. The moon and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. We're getting there. All right. So, oh, sorry, not the moon. I thought it was the moon. It's actually the Eight of Cups. So, and the Knight of Pentacles is the very slow, steady, methodical. So I feel like this is like a slow, steady, methodical moving away from something that is no longer good for you or serving you. But you're doing it in a very planned and measured way, which is good. You're making sure that as you do this, it all right, let's see what else comes out. So walking away, abandoning something. I can't get it off. Leaving something behind, or even just planning. Maybe you're in the planning stages of it, but something is not working. And so let's get clarification, please, on Eight of Cups. Oops, I will take this. I will not take this one. All right, let's see. Oh, the Hierophant. So I find this really funny because this is literally describing what I'm going through right now. So I guess I can say a little bit. So Hierophant is institutions, conventional, traditional society. The job that I'm at right now has a very, very, very toxic atmosphere with coworkers and management. And so I'm in the process of moving away from it. But instead of my usual, I'm just done, I'm going to quit, I'm taking into consideration my finances and realizing that, the best way for me to leave this place is actually slow, steady, and make sure that, financially I'm good. So that's like literally what's going on with me. So, but I definitely feel like with the Hierophant, it could be a committed relationship, especially because the Hierophant speaks to like more conventional and traditional, right? Like organized religion versus like the High Priestess, which is more spiritual. So maybe there's a relationship that is very traditional based and you are elevating to a more spiritual level. For whatever reason, it's not working. So this could represent a committed relationship. It could definitely represent an institution of some sort, like a job. But you definitely, this is definitely saying whatever this is, you definitely, whether you've chosen to yet or not, see how it's turning away. It's not serving you anymore. So if you are going to walk away from this, then you need to make sure that you're doing it methodically and trying to think ahead and make sure that what you're going towards is stable and better, and that you don't put yourself in a financial crisis by just saying, oh, I'm done, right? So now I'm going to do clarification on what you might be moving towards with this Knight of Pentacles. What are we moving towards? What is the Knight of Pentacles moving towards here? Moving away from, moving towards. What is it moving towards? I think this is the Five of Cups. Five of Cups, right, is like loss and regret. There's definitely whatever is being moved away from. There's definitely emotional attachment to it, which is also going to make it even more difficult to want to maybe move on, even though you know it's the best. But see, we've got the cup back here reminding us that once we turn away, like we should feel this grief. Definitely feel the emotions, feel the grief, feel the sorrow, really feel it, internalize it, and then release it. And once you're ready to release it, you can turn around and see that we are moving towards this cup over here, this new opportunity, right? All right, what else? What else do we need to know about this? Nope, that's too thick. I'm not going to take that many. So I don't do reversals, so every time I put them back, I have to make sure they're facing the right way. There we go. Oh, look at this, look at this, look at this. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups is like the best card. Oh my gosh, that's great. So leaving this behind, even though there's going to be some sadness, look what you get on the other side, right? 10 of Cups is like happy home and happy family and life is good. And I mean, like, totally worth like ass is reversed, sorry. So like feeling this, but then once you are ready to turn around, boom, you got the 10. That is such a great card. So even though there is emotional attachment and it's very difficult to leave behind, whatever this is, it is worth it because you are, as long as you're careful and you plan accordingly, leave in the right way. I just got that. So like, okay, for example, with my situation, there is part of me that with the way that my plans are, there is a part of me that wants to like finish up the job I'm doing this summer with them and then just leave, not even tell them, because they have treated me in ways that are so unfair and awful. But I have to remind myself that I am not them, I am me. And no matter how poorly someone else treats me, that's not going to change my integrity or who I am. And so you get in these, it's easy to get sometimes, in the emotions and get caught up with like frustration or anger or, the unfairness of something and think, well, I'm going to do this because they deserve it. And honestly, they do deserve that, but it's not my place to be the one to serve the karma on them, right? So for me, I'd made the decision that I'm going to tell my boss, like, hey, I took this contract. When this is done at the end of summer, I'm going to be moving on to another company, which I already have lined up. I already know where I'm going to be working come September. I put in the application. I dropped off all my new hire paperwork. So it's ready to go. But see, I'm going for the first, usually I'm very impulsive. So planning it out, realizing that, as much as I would have loved to have just been like, I'm done, I want the summer off, because I did have the option of unemployment, by choosing to take a contract through the summer, I will be making way more than I would with unemployment. And that's going to set me up for my new opportunity that's going to put me here. If that makes sense. All right, guys, that was just kind of a random message. Let's see what the overall is. On the top, I have Knight of Swords. So I'm getting like fresh ideas right now. Swords, is air. It's your mental. I also feel like with this particular card, the way he's kind of raising his sword, it's almost like he's getting ready to cut it off and be like, I'm done. I'm moving on. You got fresh ideas. And for Knight of Swords, it's interesting because usually Knight of Swords are depicted like very rash, right? But this one's actually kind of just sitting on his horse. And he's actually restraining himself, right? And holding that sword up. Also like a shield. Like, you know what? Like where I work, there's a lot of coworkers that are extremely rude and just not nice to people. And I just tend to let it roll over me. I don't engage, I don't respond. So that's also kind of like a shield too. Like I'm not, gonna let what's going on around me affect who I am. I'm just gonna stay steady on my horse and work towards that new whatever, work towards something new. And then a hidden influence. Ooh, yeah. So whatever this is that you're thinking about leaving, Ten of Swords, leave it. It is done. There is no saving it. If you continue to stay in this place, this is your... I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I would much rather have this. I can't get it to come into light. Sorry. Wow. The light's really bad right now. Usually it doesn't take. There. I would much rather have that than this. So that's kind of the thing is, sometimes it's really, really, really hard, right? To leave a place where you've gotten comfortable, whether it's relationship, job, but when you know you're not being treated right, you gotta make these plans. And, we have Venus going retrograde July 22nd, and then Mercury goes retrograde August 23rd. So what do retrogrades do? If you haven't kind of done the work, if it's something that's not good for you, then when those retrogrades hit, it's going to take care of it for you, and it's not going to be planned out, and it's not going to end up as good. So definitely, whatever the situation is that you're thinking about, it's time to move on. So situation or relationship. Oh my God, it's killing me. Okay, situation, relationship. Time to move on. Make sure you plan, make sure you're methodical, honest, integrity, plan, you do plans, feel the sorrow, feel the regret, feel the loss that's there, and then turn around and embrace that 10 of Cups and that happiness, and enjoy the fact that you've severed those ties and that you're free to do something much better, or stay in it. It's ruined anyway. And it's going to be so much worse if you don't just do it yourself, because this is what we want right here, right? I'm trying to get this. There we go. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.